What is it about the systems that you've identified that makes this something that's easier to consume or easier to apply in a man's life?
A best moments list is exactly what it sounds like. You take a piece of paper, you write best moments, and you write down the best moments you've experienced over the last 5, 10, 20 years. And why that's powerful is it's the opposite of everything our culture teaches us. Our culture is addicted to sadness and addicted to trauma. So every counseling experience I've ever had, we spend the first 10 sessions going over the worst things that's ever happened to me. Every couple small group I've been in where we tell our stories as a couple, it ends up being a cry festival. Here's the worst things that have happened. I was in a men's group. We drew trauma eggs, a big egg of all the traumatic things that have happened to us. I never once had somebody go, let's explore the things that have given you the deepest joy and deepest satisfaction as a man over the last 10 years. Like, let's highlight those as if you can't learn from joy. Like right now, for every 100 scientific papers written on sadness, there's only one written on joy. 100 on sadness, one on joy. So you do this best moments list and it turns on so many things in you. Number one, you experience gratitude. Everybody always goes, oh, you got to be grateful. Yeah, agreed. How do I do that? Well, when you write down the things that you've experienced joy with in the last 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, you automatically go, wow, I'm grateful for things I had forgotten about. Number two, it teaches you self-awareness. No man gets to change his life without self-awareness. The man who gets fired for anger issues thought he was passionate. He goes, I had no idea. Like, no, you didn't have self-awareness, how you were really coming across. It teaches you self-awareness. And it also flips the switch where when you create this list, you automatically go, I want more of that. Instead of trying to go figure out a life vision for the next 20 years, which a lot of men have a hard time with, it's like, imagine 20 years, what you'll be doing from now. Like it's this blank piece of paper. It's overwhelming. You go, what are the things that light you up? And then how do you add more of those into your tomorrow? And then your next month and your next year, and it becomes this really fun life plan. So for me, that was one of the biggest differences in this approach is that it goes here, instead of saying, you have to know exactly where you're headed a year from now. A friend of mine spent 6 months trying to figure out his why. Didn't change anything. Didn't do anything different. Was like, as soon as I know my why, man, I'm going to really get into gear. Yeah. It says, hey, no, let's understand. Like, because we always go, don't look in the rearview mirror. You're not going that way. Don't learn from what I'm good at and what lights me up and what gives me fuel and passion. And it really becomes this life plan that's so easy to do and so instructive. And it's based on you, not this fictional version of you that you think should exist.